Well, hello there, guys. Today we're going to be taking a look at Raid. This is the new DLC for Graviteam Tactics Mius Front, and as you can see here, it's even got the name of the original game, Operation Star. We're going to actually play as the 2TCSS. I believe it's an SS unit, but basically what our job is here, guys, is we are trying to break out with our German units, and the Soviets are trying to completely encircle us. And, well, for lack of a better word, stop us. I mean, well, not for lack of a better word, but yeah, they're trying to stop us from getting out of here. So I immediately want to move forward with as many units as possible. I'm actually going to move forward with this infantry unit, and we'll see if we can also get this SDKFC unit forward as well. It looks like that's all we can do for now. I'm going to end the turn and see what the Soviets decide to do. As you can see, there are 3 major victory locations here in this area. So it leads me to believe that those are pretty important locations to attack and capture, of course. I think we're going to go for them, guys. So here we go. Our first attack as the Germans to try and escape encirclement, of course. I hope we actually get to use these units, because it might be that they're too far from the battlefield to actually be a part of it, but I think that we should be just fine. Let's take a look, folks. Alright, folks, so this is the map of Raid. I'm already liking the nice, very, very snowy look here, very icy look. And it looks like we've got 2 different attacks we need to do. We need to attack to the east and to the west. So this should be pretty interesting. I'm actually going to go ahead and put these units to the east. We're going to grab them, and basically what we're going to do is just order that attack. I'm not sure why we can't start the game. There we go. Sorry, guys. We're just going to deploy first, and at this point we can actually select specific groups. I like this. If we zoom out a bit, although it looks like we have to take all these guys together. There we go. And we're going to attack right into town here. And with this group to the west, we'll take them. Maybe we should do little by little for now. We'll do this to the farm, and we'll just hope for the best, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the operation. As always with these operations, I shall return when we have some contact. It looks like it's a night battle, but maybe because of the snow or maybe because of better lighting in this particular DLC, I can see pretty damn well. Looks like contact has just now been established, folks. It hasn't officially popped up on the wires, but I definitely spotted a German unit over here in these bushes. So I'm hoping that I'm not going crazy. I don't think I am. And we're just going to keep pushing. As you can see, the enemy's popping some flares here to try and spot us. I think we're going to be making contact with these guys very, very soon. Not to mention, we've also got these beautiful SDKFCs. I think these guys are what's going to save us. As you can see, we've got some pretty amazing guns on them. And sure enough, there you go. Incoming fire. Could be mortar fire, but I think we're actually getting into basically the enemy location. I'm actually going to take that unit as well and move them forward too. And we're also moving some of our units through the woods over here. I thought it would be a good idea, just in case this area is completely packed with Soviets, which it probably will be. Here we go. It begins. I think they're going to be over there probably. Yep, sure enough, by those buildings. Definitely a good idea to get our SDKFC to go ahead and just start targeting that unit. Let's stop her right there. Beautiful. We took the key point, and very effective fire going down on the enemy. Keep it up, boys. We're just firing at those houses there, as you can see. If anybody wants to make it back to Germany, we must break through. So firing at some positions back here. Nice. Damn. Spotted those enemies very quickly. And yeah, we just have to keep on moving. Now we're going to Sovoj, and sure enough, we are lighting that building up. It's actually sort of more of a barn of some sort. Well, looks like some of our groups are already approaching. Probably wise to be careful here. We don't know how many enemies there actually are. Sovoj is going to have to be the place we go for. Nice. Beautiful. So we're already getting fire from multiple locations here. I always love when that happens. Another key point taken. Is it possible we took... Oh, it must be the other key point over here. Sure enough. And let's see where we're under fire. So it's entirely on this area. We've also got a bunch of men moving from this sector over there as well. I want to just make sure that they actually make the trip. So I'm actually going to order an immediate attack over here. Captives taken. Beautiful. We're also bogged down, so we know that this snow can actually bog us down a bit. And it looks like we took some prisoners. I don't see them, but I'll take your word for it. Forward, men. See how Fink is doing. So we actually have to get Fink out of here. He's bogged down. We're going to try to fast move him. Imagine how awful that would be when you're in a vehicle like this, realizing that you're stuck with the enemy firing at you, taking shots from the enemy units. Must be absolutely terrifying. Ooh. So it looks like the bridge is still in enemy hands. That's what we're trying to take right now, as well as Sofgosh. We did lose a vehicle. We'll take a look and see which one we lost in a second, but I want to see what these guys are doing first. Yeah, that is a major enemy position right there. Let's target her. Come on, boys. This early on in the campaign, guys, the enemy is asking for a ceasefire already. I believe early on in the campaign here, the Soviets are not as strong, but over time, they start to basically completely overrun all German positions, or encircle them. And your job is to break out of the encirclement as the Germans. As the Russians, you get an opportunity to go ahead and try to break through the German lines. However, you're not going to have a lot of units at first. They only come later in the campaign. So you might look at the map and be like, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense, but it soon will, because you're going to be getting a tremendous amount of reinforcements, courtesy of Uncle Stalin. Nonetheless, we will keep moving forward. We're not stopping now. We're still moving towards Sofgoj, especially with these units here in the woods. We can make just a direct push there with the fast move button. And yeah, we're able to just put so much superior firepower down on the bridge. Pretty amazing stuff. Make sure these units are still moving, and they are indeed. Found another location over there that we are now striking. Alright guys, first few men actually crossing the bridge now. The moment of truth. Fall out. Actually, we've got a few boys here. Nice! So actually I'm going to set these guys up in a defensive position, because we actually want to hold this area. And besides, we get some pretty good defensive bonuses being in these dakas. So we might as well take them and then push towards Sofgoj. As always, guys, we appreciate Graviteam Tactics for giving us this game. Another game that they passed on the channel. This is one of the games that really got this channel up and running. So if you guys are fans and you like to watch this sort of stuff, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And also make sure to join us on Twitch. I'm going to start streaming a lot of Mius Front on Twitch. And I think I actually want to start doing some campaigns there. Just because these campaigns can take a very, very long time, as many of you know. Feuermänner! You're spotting them for sure, but enemy seems pretty disorganized. Ooh, look at this. Some enemy troops actually counterattacking here in a weird way. I don't know what they're trying to do. Guys, you better watch out. These guys will throw some nades down on you. Go Mena. There's a Soviet right there, and then possibly another one right there. I think our guy's actually going to attack him. Get him. And there we go, guys. The enemy has indeed retreated. So sort of that first part of the campaign is just trying to establish dominance on the frontal part of the field so you can get some more reinforcements. Because we're going to need as many reinforcements as we can get if we want to save the beleaguered German army. And we also don't want to get trapped ourselves. If you guys would like us to do more battles in this particular campaign, make sure to let me know, and we'll see if we can't get that done. Obviously, a wintry campaign, I always like the sort of aesthetic of these sort of campaigns in the snow, in the ice. Very, very creepy and perfect for the setting. Oh man, the Russians in that dock are in a lot of trouble. You can see they popped smoke, try and save themselves, but I don't think it's going to work. So far it looks like if the actual cover of this DLC is telling, the SDKFC is very important in this DLC. As you can see, it was a shot from the SDKFC that destroyed this home, because we've got a bunch of them mounted with actual artillery guns, which is a really, really neat thing. I think it's a little dangerous because it's pretty easy to destroy an SDKFZ as opposed to a tank, but when you don't have a lot of anti-tank implements and when you're running out of tanks, that's a pretty good idea. I know the British did similar things with Bren carriers in North Africa, so it should be similar here. Wow. Oh man, it's like a drive-by shooting over here. Okay. So it's a victory, guys. 36, 9 dead on the enemy side, 20 heavily wounded, 7 missing, which means 7 prisoners. And that's pretty neat. Let's take a look. So as you can see here, looks like I've got a few more units to push out, but I've basically taken those 2 very important points. And now I'm forced to end the turn, and my dog is going crazy. But we've got Group Piper here that's also helping. We want to bring Lube out here as quickly as possible, as well as the rest of these units, and move on to what is the next point. Now, from what I think, I haven't played very much of this campaign. Again, I think that the Soviets are going to get a tremendous amount of reinforcements. So our job here would be to immediately start going towards that victory point and trying to take it with these SDKFC and infantry units. Thanks again for watching, guys. Take care, and I hope you pick up Raid in the Steam store.